In the spiritual realm, there is a specific frequency of power that does not just comfort the weary, but actively dismantles the structures of darkness. It is what many call a dangerous anointing. This isn't dangerous to you, the bearer, nor is it dangerous to the kingdom of light. It is dangerous to the status quo, dangerous to the stagnant religious systems, and dangerous to the demonic strongholds that have held families and territories captive for generations. This level of spiritual weight is not given to those who seek a stage. It is forged in the secret place, often through seasons of crushing and isolation. If you have felt like a misfit or noticed that your presence causes shifts in the atmosphere that you can't quite explain, you may be carrying this weight. One of the primary signs that you carry a dangerous anointing is that your presence alone provokes an immediate reaction in others, often before you even speak a word. This is the law of spiritual displacement. When you walk into a room, the light you carry forces the darkness in others to react. You may find that people who don't even know you are suddenly intimidated by you, or conversely, they are drawn to you with an intensity that feels overwhelming. You might notice that hidden things start to come to the surface when you're around. People may suddenly confess things to you, or their hidden insecurities and spirits of jealousy may flare up without provocation. This isn't because of your personality, it is because the fire you carry is making the shadows uncomfortable. Another undeniable sign is a life marked by unusual warfare and strategic opposition. A dangerous anointing makes you a high-value target in the spirit. If you have noticed that your battles are more intense than those of the people around you, if it feels like you are constantly being hit by freak storms or targeted by spirits of sabotage, it is because the enemy recognizes the threat you pose to his kingdom. You aren't being attacked because you are doing something wrong. You are being attacked because of the potential of what you're about to do. The enemy doesn't waste his best soldiers on people who aren't going anywhere. The level of your opposition is often a direct indicator of the level of your authority. You will also find that you have a burden for the root. While others are content to prune the leaves of a problem or treat the symptoms of a situation, those with a dangerous anointing have a spiritual X-ray vision. You see the root of the matter. You can sense the spirit behind the words. You aren't interested in the fluff or the superficialities of religion. You crave the raw power of transformation. This often makes you feel lonely, even in a crowd of believers. You may find yourself frustrated with church as usual because you know there is a depth and a power that is being bypassed. This holy frustration is the stirrings of an anointing designed to bring reformation. Furthermore, a dangerous anointing is always preceded by a season of the cave. Every great vessel in spiritual history, from Elijah to David to Paul, underwent a period of hiddenness. If you have been in a season where it feels like God has forgotten you, where your gifts are being underutilized, and where you are being stripped of your own strength, take heart. The cave is where the oil is pressed. God hides the weapons he is sharpening. He does not want you to rely on your charisma or your intellect. He is stripping those away so that when you finally emerge, the power is purely his. If you have survived the crushing, if you have stayed faithful in the silence, you are being prepared for a weight of glory that would break a lesser man or woman. You will also notice that your words carry a strange, heavy authority. When you speak under this anointing, it doesn't just sound like a good idea, it feels like a decree. You may notice that when you pray for someone or speak a word of life over them, things happen quickly. There is a suddenly attached to your spirit. This is because your words are backed by the courtrooms of heaven. This authority is dangerous because it can pull down and it can build up. It requires a high level of character and maturity to handle, which is why the preparation process is so grueling. God will not give a dangerous sword to a child who hasn't learned the discipline of the Spirit. Finally, a sign that you carry this weight is a deep, internal sense of destiny pressure. It is a constant, nagging feeling that you were born for something massive, yet you feel completely inadequate to fulfill it. This isn't pride, it's a spiritual weight. You feel like a lion being kept in a small cage. You have a hunger for the miraculous, a hunger for the supernatural, and a refusal to settle for a powerless form of godliness. You are willing to be the odd one out if it means standing in the truth. If you see these signs, the atmospheric shifts, the strategic warfare, the holy frustration, and the season of the cave, stop trying to fit in. You weren't built for the playground, you were built for the battlefield. Embrace the fire, submit to the process, and let the oil flow.